Now, if you have been to Kisumu, I think you know something about the city. It is one of the fastest growing cities in Kenya. It is one of the cleanest cities in Kenya. And also, it attracts hundreds of thousands of tourists. Now, if you want to start a business in Kisumu, let me give you a hint. Kisumu is not like Nairobi or Nakuru or Mombasa. It is very unique. In Kisumu, that's where people do impulse buying. In Kisumu, that's where people buy more than the basic items. Now I need to list some of the best businesses to start in Kisumu. And as you know, it's a hot environment, and there are specific things people buy in Kisumu which they cannot buy in other cities and towns. The first business you can start there. In a hot environment, one of the things people do is to use a cologne or a perfume. So go and start perfume refilling business and see how it will perform. Excellent. You need a capital of 50,000 plus to start the business. There's also another business you can start in a hot environment, which is selling bottled water. Set up a business for selling bottled water. I don't mean that there's no business of such kind, but competition is allowed. Go there and get water, not from borehole, rainwater or water from the river, which is not salty. I'm very sure you'll get your customers, unique customers. And starting such a business, you'll need more than 500,000 shillings capital. I'm not saying the hawking, no. You are purifying the water, you are treating it and packaging it in bottles. So that's another business which can thrive in Kisumu. Now, as you know, it's only Luos. In Kenya, it's only a Luo who can change seats twice a year. Seats in his home twice a year. So if you have capital, just go and start selling sofa sets, nice chairs, and sell at cheaper price, so that if someone goes online to check the price and compare with yours, they'll find that yours is cheaper. So if you sell seats in Kisumu, you'll never go wrong. But if you go to places like Kirinyaga, Nyeri, the business will never thrive. Such people in those places, they buy seats once after 30 years or once in their lifetime. Or if someone, that's what they do. But in Kisumu, they can change seats more often, which makes it possible for those selling them to make profit. We have also a chemist business. And in Kisumu, mosquitoes are many, and people normally drink water direct from Lake Victoria, and they have stomach problems. I've been there and I see. A chemist is very important, plus a small clinic. That is a business that can thrive there in Kisumu. And but starting a chemist, you must have a license or collaborate with someone with a license. That is it. And for small capital, if you have a small capital, something like 100,000, you can just start border business. Although it is somewhat saturated, but you still have your customers because Kisumu is a city and the people coming and living. There are so many people within. So border is a nice business which can generate small capital. And if you have more than 100,000, you have something like 1 million, you start selling spare parts and repairing border. The problem with people who sell spare parts, they don't know how to repair. If you repair and sell, you sell spare parts and you know how to repair border, then you are a complete package. Make sure you learn how to repair or set aside a place to repair and employ someone to do the work. Since there are so many borders in Kisumu, I'm very sure. Of course, I've seen there are some few shops that sell spare parts, but most of them just sell spare parts, they don't repair. So if someone comes to buy spare part, it means their border's got a problem. So sell them and repair for them. Also in Kisumu, another business you can do is to sell electrical appliances, especially bulbs. Nowadays we have those unique bulbs. I've seen just, is it 1 or 2 shops that sell those bulbs? It's a very good business which is very profitable. Electrical appliances plus those bulbs. Or you can just specialize in selling those bulbs. Nowadays we don't use those traditional bulbs that people use to have. We have very unique ones. Some costing even 20,000, 15,000. A very unique business. And also start selling windows. Vioo peke yake. Of course we have hardware shops, but now you just start selling vioo. That one will work. There's also another unique business which you can start in Kisumu, that of mixing paints. Nowadays people don't buy from those big companies. There are locals who mix paints. You go with your description and they use those machines and the computer to mix and sell to you high quality paints. I've done that. There's someone who sold to me that type of paint, and it's now 3 years. The paint looks clean, neat, and of high quality. So this is another business that can thrive in Kisumu if you start. Of course, there's hardware shop. There's so many in Kisumu, but still we have opportunity for such business in that area. Another small business which can thrive there is grocery shop. Grocery shop where you sell fruits and vegetables, but in wholesale price. Not wholesale price, but you start something like a supermarket of selling fruits, and you take a big space, not those small kibanda, a big space where people come, the bucket, they pick what they want. That grocery shop, which you can start with something like 500,000 shillings, 800,000 shillings, that can work in Kisumu. I've seen that model in Nairobi. and it's working very well. Yeah, people make even 20,000 per day profit. So that one has really worked. So of course, there are businesses we cannot even talk of, like M-Pesa and back agencies. That is so obvious. You can start that and make, but the business can never. It's very difficult to become rich when operating such a business. We have wines and spirits or a pub. Wines and spirits and a pub. You can choose which one to start. Wines and spirits is when you have a small capital, 150,000 to 300,000. If you want to start a pub, it is 1 million plus capital. And people in Kisumu, they like, wanapenda starehe, and one of the starehes ni taking wine or beer, especially evening hours at night. They also like dancing. That's why you should have a pub or nightclub. There's also another business which is thriving in Kisumu. It's Airbnb. That is thriving a lot. Airbnb. With just 200,000 and above, start the business. And list that business in airbnb.com or booking.com and also other sites in Kenya or in Kisumu. Start your own social media channels and pages where you promote your business, especially within Kisumu. Also, you can build rent apartments for those ones with very high income. Go to Kisumu and try to look for a house. It's a hassle. People have not invested enough in Kisumu. Just like, in Nairobi, it's very easy to get a house, but go to Kisumu. Nowadays, Eldoret is even better. Kisumu, people are not building apartments. The rate of building such houses is very low. But apartments need big fish. Without something like 10 million and above, it's very difficult to build one. But there are loans. You just get assets, loan, go and just make arrangement with a bank so that you can get a loan. We have online taxi business like Uber, Bolt. We can also run independently. Online taxi, there are so many routes, especially to the airport. We have the Riati and so many other estates there in Kisumu and also within the CBD. And this one is just 400,000 and above. You start the business, online taxi business. People are just graduating slowly. There was a time they used to board bicycles, then border. But nowadays, the people who don't board border, they prefer online taxi. So just register your small vehicle, which you'll just buy for 400,000 like that. Register with Uber or Bolt or Farasi or Wasili or another online taxi, and then taxi app, and then start operating. Kisumu is not like these small towns where you never get customers. People have standards there. Also, another business is selling smartphones. You can sell the normal smartphones and also incorporate those smartphones with no, which you pay pole and they take on loan. So it's another good business to start in Kisumu. We have electronic shop. Start one and sell the items cheaply. If someone, instead of someone going to Nairobi to buy a 32-inch TV for 27,000, you can sell the same in Kisumu for 28,000, so that if someone calculates the fare to Nairobi and back, it's better they buy in Kisumu. Electronics shop, where you can even decide to sell a specific brand, Hisense or TCL or Sony or Samsung, or you can just sell all the brands. So, and in that electronic shop, make sure you have television. You sell these items that Gen Z need. The Gen Z for video streaming, for helping them to take videos, all those things. Look for them, sample them, and sell them in your shop, and see how you'll capture that group. Also, another business is you see, this business of selling mobile phone spare parts and also repairing mobile smartphones. I mentioned about border spare part business. When you are selling them, make sure you know how to repair. And also when you are selling mobile phone spare parts, make sure you know how to repair them. That way, it will be very easy for you to make profits. So start that business. You see, in Nairobi, there are people who are selling those, especially Dama spare parts. They're very famous for that. Now in Kisumu, we don't have someone who's very famous for selling that. So start that business. Also, another business is mitumba, but in large scale. You can either sell bells or start a mitumba supermarket shop. Like Think Twice, where you have a big shop. We have unique mitumba, which you don't have specific price. Today is 200 shillings, tomorrow is 150. Those mitumba, the reason why they attract so many customers is because the price keeps dropping daily. So when they open that bell, that day they open the bell, they will sell something like 800 shillings per cloth. The following day, the price will drop to 500. Following day to 50. So you find that people are waiting for the price to drop. But it's better to buy the first day because you'll get zile camera. So start that business. Think of starting the business in Kisumu. It is not saturated there. So that's another good business. Another one, people must eat. Kibanda. Look for a place to sell fish and vegetables. And these traditional vegetables, ugali. A kibanda in Kisumu, that one will definitely do well. We also have, if the demand for fish from Kisumu is very high, especially in Nakuru, Nairobi, Mombasa. If you have a way to transport that fish and you have your customers in those cities, you'll make money. Look for a way to do that. Also, another business which is emerging is selling Crocs, strictly Crocs, and even champers. targeting Gen Z. You know, they nowadays there's they're wearing baggy trousers, jumpers, and Crocs. Why can't you start that business in Kisumu and see how it will go? So that is a very unique business. So basically, those are some of the businesses you can sell. You can start. You can also start a grocery shop. You can start selling cereals. It's also a good business, cereals. Apart from selling those beans, what and what, you can sell unga for uji and whatever. And also we have this juice which people sell in Nairobi. There's some specific juice for adding power, juice for healing stomach, juice for slimming. You know, people are selling now in Nairobi. We have shops which sell specific type of juice. Ama miti dawa ile. So you start that one in Kisumu. So if you have any idea of another business you can start in Kisumu, you can just comment below. And also, you subscribe. You can disagree. We're just open for any comment. And in Kisumu, nowadays security is not guaranteed. Not like a few years ago. Insecurity is a bit high. When you are starting a business, install CCTV. And also make sure it is in a safe place. That means if you have business of CCTV installation, business of selling solar panels and the solar lighting system, that one will do in Kisumu. So that's all for today.